Let's talk about the selection process. Asking because we submitted her and I.
Oh my god!
I know.
Let's get you on the next one.
I know, right? No one submitted me, so I submitted myself. No, literally, I was like, I think I was at work. I was like, so, is anyone? Nothing. I was like, you know
so
what? I'm just going to F it. I'm going to do it myself. So.
Okay, so I'm submitting both of you for this next season.
On today's episode, we have a very special guest. If you're a part of the Bachelor Nation, which guilty I am, you'll be excited as we are because today we have Jenn Tran, who is making history as the first ever Asian American lead of The Bachelorette. Jenn was one of 32 women on Joey's season of The Bachelor, and now she'll be the one handing out the roses in the 21st season of the show. Meet our next Bachelorette, Jenn Tran.
Welcome, Jenn.
Oh my
We're
Thank you so much.
excited.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Oh my gosh, your life must be crazy right now. You are wrapping up a press tour. You just filmed an entire season of episodes. Maybe your life has changed forever and you found your person. Maybe you're single. We don't know.
I'm trying to see if there's like a ring tan over here.
Yeah. I mean, all of the stuff that's happening, you're sitting here with us right now in this moment. How do you feel?
I honestly feel really at peace at the moment.
Whoa.
You know? Yeah, I don't know. I know there's like so much chaos going on and like good chaos, it's
Yeah.
premiere week. I'm doing a press tour, I'm meeting so many new people, but it's all in good fun, and I just feel really supported by everybody, by my friends, my family, by just like anyone who is like wanting to meet me. Like I feel so supported, so I feel really, really excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You've got very good, like, positive energy right now. You don't look worn out. You don't look, it's just like,
Thank you.
you're glowing.
I know.
Yeah.
Thanks. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah, I got a full night's of sleep last
Good.
night.
That's great.
Yeah, that's important. I mean, so all of the stuff that's happening in your life right now, you were on a different path before all this began, right? So we're curious, in pursuing your PA journey, when you were growing up and a little girl, what was your dream? Like, was it to be a PA? Was it to be a princess? Because
Oh my
you
goodness.
kind of are both right now, right? You're like the
Yeah.
people's princess
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh.
The people's princess.
The
I like
people's
that.
princess.
That's so
and
sweet.
yeah, we're curious, like, where is the PA journey? How is that fitting into the picture now that all of this
Yeah.
has happened in your life?
I think when I was a kid, I probably did want to be a princess when I was a kid. Always.
Yeah.
I would like dress up in every single princess for Halloween. Like my mom loved that stuff. So we'd go to the Disney store and she'd always get me a princess dress for Halloween. But I honestly think I wanted to be a doctor for the longest time.
yeah.
Then a teacher, and then like a wedding planner.
Okay.
Yeah, I love planning like a really big party. I love doing that. And
That's
then,
at Mel's alley as well.
I was
She's
like, yeah, we could talk later.
yeah. I love details. It's fun. And then I, went back to like wanting to do like medical stuff. So I was like kind of on the medical route. I wanted to be a doctor, and then I became an EMT first in high school.
Oh, wow.
Really liked medicine, and then went into college wanting to be a doctor, but then found PAs to be kind of just like more accommodating to the lifestyle that I want. Like I want to be present with my kids and stuff, and it's just like an easier lifestyle to be a PA and do that. I finished my first year of PA school, and I am currently in my second year, and I did I think like 3 rotations at this point. It's like my clinical year, and I obviously took a pause to go film The Bachelorette, and so I'm gonna be continuing my little break for a while, probably until January, the beginning of next year, and then I'll go back into that full force. Yeah.
Okay, so that's not too much time at all. You're literally,
No.
you're continuing the path then.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I worked my whole life to be in PA school, and it was a hard and rigorous process to get in there. And so, yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to give that up. So, yeah.
It seems like you like to help people too.
Love. Yeah.
And be around people too.
Yeah, I think I feel really fulfilled when I'm doing something that kind of makes a difference, whether it's like a big difference or it's just like one person's life. I still think that that's really fulfilling, and I just like to help. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hi everyone, I want to talk to you about my new favorite workout fit for yoga. I am usually in a sports bra and leggings or biker shorts, but I have been loving the soft lounge scoop onesie from Skims. It is so lightweight and so comfortable, and it works really well for my hot yoga sessions. Not to mention that I feel so much more chic when I'm practicing yoga in it than any other workout fit that I own. And it also works really well outside of yoga. I can throw it on with a pair of sneakers and a jacket, which is a perfect outfit for running errands. It really is the best summer onesie. Make sure to get yours before they sell out. I also have Skims Soft Lounge Tank and Boxer Set, which I wear as both PJs and when I'm just lounging around the house. The fabric on all of their items are just so buttery soft and comfortable. I highly recommend getting your hands on them if you're looking for comfy and breathable outfits this summer that are great for lounging, erranding, and yogaing. Shop the Skims Soft Lounge collection at skims.com. Now available in sizes XXS to 4X. And if you haven't yet, be sure to let them know that we sent you. After you place your order, select Asian Boss Girl in the survey and select our show in the drop-down menu that follows.
I have to ask you about love and dating.
Absolutely.
I mean, the show's The Bachelorette.
Yeah, we have to.
Right? So when you were on the show, what are some characteristics that you were looking for in your partner?
When I was on the show.
Yeah, you're like, these are my hubby materials.
Yeah, so I was in a few really bad relationships. Well, one really toxic one, and then just relationships that didn't fulfill me. And it was because I was kind of drawn towards men who weren't giving me everything, because I kind of like that push and pull. And I think that really stems from like my childhood, not really having a role model of love, and kind of just always having to work for something, always having to work for love. And so I thought that was kind of what love was. But I knew that starting this journey, I knew that the way that I had felt in previous relationships wasn't what I wanted anymore.
Yeah.
So going into this journey, I wanted to find somebody who was open and willing to give everything all at once, all the time, you know? So I was really looking for someone who is just vulnerable with me, someone who's willing to show up for me, be there for me, and just like communicate with me. So that was kind of like the big factor that I was looking for.
Do you think you were looking for, because I think a lot of people could relate, a lot of females that they're listening is like the toxic relationship.
Yeah.
We've always been in that cycle before.
Yeah.
But you think with I don't know who you found or on the show, where you're looking for something more stable and secure?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've just been so prone to this tumultuous lifestyle growing up that then when I went into my relationships, I was looking for the same thing, like that same feeling, because you're so familiar with it.
Of course.
And so, yes, I think when I was able to kind of have that turning point in my previous relationships of like, oh, this is not what I want. I'm so happy that I came to that realization, and that now I'm at a place where I'm like, I need something stable. Like, stable isn't boring, stable is good.
Yeah, it's like secure.
Yes.
What are your beige flags?
Beige flags. Oh,
Like not necessarily red, but kind of like a little bit of ick.
Oh, that's a tough one, because that's a very unique
I know,
category,
right?
you know? Someone who's like kind of messy.
Yeah.
I don't love that, but also like, I don't think it like defines you as a person. Other beige flags. Someone who plays video games. I don't know about that one.
That's true. I feel like when I meet a guy that plays video games, I'm just like, like how many hours are you spending?
Yes, it's like, are you addicted to it?
Yeah.
So maybe that. I don't know. Do you guys have beige flags?
I'm like trying to think what my beige flags are. Like,
Yeah.
this is like really random, but I don't like when guys have really long fingernails.
Oh my God.
Actually, I so agree. But that's kind of like a red
That's
flag.
a red flag, not a beige, because you could just tell them to cut it.
I
It
guess.
it feels like not groomed well.
Yeah, why are
like
they
you're
so
not-
long? What are you doing with those nails?
That's true. Like picking their nose. I don't know. Do you have any beige flags?
I think the nails one was one for me, but I think maybe similar getting to the video game point, but just like I like somebody who is proactive and passionate about pursuing something. So if they're spending a lot of their time, I mean, if they're like really into video games and that's their passion, maybe. But because it's so niche and different than my interests, it might be hard for me to connect.
Same. On the other end of the spectrum too, though, it's a beige flag for me if you can't have like a sit and a rot day with me.
Oh, good
You know, if
point.
you're just like
Yeah,
so
on the go.
overactive all the time, and you can't just like sit and like watch Netflix all day with me at least once. Once a week, once a month. I don't know.
That's true.
That would be a beige flag for me.
Yeah.
That's my red flag.
That's your
I feel like I don't want to be alone on the couch.
Oh, so you don't or you do?
I mean, I think for me, if you can't,
Oh,
that's
you-
a red flag.
oh, I see
Like
what
it
you're
has to.
Yeah.
Not every day.
No,
but
no.
it has to do, you know.
I'm kind of leaning towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would need that.
Are there like criteria that you used to have and now you've like, become more flexible with?
I think the criteria that I used to have is like bad. So
So you're totally flipping.
That's okay.
everything around.
Yeah.
I relate.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, the criteria that I used to have is like thrown out in the trash.
That's
We just
good.
have a whole new criteria now.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
curious to ask. Like for mine, back in the day, I was like, on the early episodes of the podcast, I would say, I need a guy that can hang with me in Vegas. If you can't party with me in Vegas, like I don't want that because it sounds like he's boring, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Actually, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in when I was younger, I definitely was like, I need someone to like be the life of the party
Yeah.
and like to be
Yeah,
able to hang out with me. But I'm like, you can do that, but you don't have to be like crazy, like the
Yes.
life of the party all the
Yes.
time.
I feel you.
Hi ABG fam, Helen here. I am so excited to share with you Haya, which is a sugar-free vitamin for kids. My 2-year-old has been taking Haya for about 3-4 months now, and he absolutely loves it. It's become part of our nightly routine. After dinner, before bath, we always scurry over to the kitchen to find the yellow Haya vitamin bottle, pour out one vitamin, and he always takes a guess as to what color he's going to get, pink or yellow or green. And he loves it when he gets the pink vitamin. The best thing about these Haya vitamins is that it is a pediatrician-approved chewable vitamin with 0 sugar, yet it tastes amazing. These vitamins fill in those common gaps in modern children's diets, providing the full body nourishment our kids need. Haya is designed for kids 2 and up, and you get this cool bottle with your first order, and then they send you these eco-friendly refills every month. Now, here's the exciting part for all of you parents out there. We've teamed up with Haya for a special deal for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. 50% off! To claim this deal, you must go to haya.com/ABG. This deal is not available on the regular website, so go to HIYAHEALTH.com/ABG and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
So you're on this, journey of trying to find your person amidst so many guys. I'm curious, before The Bachelorette, have you ever dated multiple men at the same time?
Oh gosh, no.
It's hard, right?
I can't do it. I'm someone who once I like somebody, you're the only person that I ever see.
Yeah.
I don't even think anybody else is attractive. I won't look at anybody. I'm loyal to a fault, which is why I've stayed in relationships that I shouldn't have been in.
Yeah, I see.
But yeah, so going into this, I was worried that I was going to maybe only have
Find one
tunnel
person.
vision for one
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
How did you manage that? And I think for a lot of our listeners in the dating world today, the tip that people always say is you should keep your options open and date multiple people, right? Before you lock it in.
Right.
So for someone listening who is trying to do that, they're obviously not going to be doing 20 to 30 guys like you had to manage on the show, but you're a pro now. What are some tips that you have for how to either compartmentalize or keep them straight? How do you remember who is who and who you felt a certain way about?
Because I was really worried about that going into the journey, I was so aware of it and I wanted to do something different. I was I don't want to have tunnel vision. I want to be able to properly explore every single connection that's here because I didn't want to do a disservice to myself or the men who sacrifice things to be here, right? And I was so thankful that I was so open because it really allowed me to not only understand exactly what I want and needed in a partnership, but what other men were willing to give me at the same time too. So that comparison factor wasn't negative. It was actually really positive for me to be able to take away certain things from different relationships and then kind of speak up on not necessarily specifically this person's doing this for me, being would you be willing to do this for me because I like this from this relationship, and in a way you're then kind of crafting your perfect relationship.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, what I would say is for people who are dating now to really just keep your options open, and I know how hard that is, but I would say go on a date and then maybe don't talk to him for a week and go and do your own stuff, focus on your own stuff. And then if you still want to talk to him next week, go on a date with him next week and then maybe go on a different date the next week too. Right. And I think for me, it was so hard because in my regular day-to-day life, I'm someone who is I like everything all at once. I rush into things and I don't like to wait around, but I think patience is really key when it comes to dating. Yeah.
I mean, how were you doing it while you were filming? Were you at night going home and thinking?
Taking notes?
Did you have notes? Yeah, how did you track who was who?
I was literally going into bed, hitting my head on the pillow, and then not even taking my makeup off and just going to sleep.
Just passing out, yeah.
I was so tired after these long days.
Oh my gosh.
But I think really for me, I really process my emotions about each of these men and each of these relationships in the interviews that I would do, just talking.
Therapy sessions.
They're therapy sessions, exactly. And kind of figuring out each relationship for their own. Yeah, it was really helpful to sit there and kind of talk it through. Yeah.
Did any of the guys, while you were filming, woo you in extra ways that were not caught on camera, or even maybe before the season started? Did people kind of try to
slide through your DMs?
Slide through the DMs? Actually, I don't know what the
I don't think that's allowed, but I didn't have my phone anyways when I was announced. So it was like right when I was announced, I had already not had my phone. So none of that happened. But I'm trying to think, did anybody do anything special that was off camera? I don't think so. But for me, it was like the little looks in between the off camera times, you know, it's are you being intentional with me even when the camera's not there or when people aren't focused on us? So for me, that was really, really important.
I feel like I'm learning so much. So I watched the show, so I think even just knowing that like the interview sessions like was so beneficial for you as so like much. The Bachelorette, like you know, and yeah, this is so fascinating to me.
To all my wonderful parents and caregivers out there, let's talk about those unforgettable moments with your little ones. The first steps, the giggles, the boundless energy. But let's be real, with a growing and wild child, those moments can also mean unexpected messes, which is why I'm excited to share something that's been a lifesaver for us, Pampers Cruisers 360. Pampers Cruisers 360 is the must-have baby-proof diaper. These slide on like a pair of pants, unlike ordinary diapers with tabs or tapes that your escape artist can rip off. And trust me, thanks to its 360-degree stretchy waistband, it can help save you from some serious messes and keep your baby comfy. With up to 100% leak-proof protection, you can let your little one explore and play. And when it's time for a change, it's as easy as ripping the sides, rolling it up with a disposable tape on the back, and you're done. Simple as that. Try Pampers Cruisers 360 with the new Pampers Free and Gentle wipes for healthy baby skin. They're made from 100% plant-based cloth that grips the mess. With Free and Gentle, mess meets its match. Let your little one live wild and mess-free because every adventure should end in smiles, not cleanups. For trusted protection, trust Pampers, the #1 pediatrician recommended brand.
Jenn, we obviously want to get to know you more too as a person.
Yeah.
You know, your official Bachelorette bio stat reads that Tran is a sweet and compassionate woman who has dedicated her life to helping others. You know, a short bio like that can only capture like so much of who you are. But how would your closest friends describe you?
My closest friends, probably very similar, but adventurous, impulsive in a good way, bubbly, extroverted, and compassionate. Yeah.
I get that vibe already.
Thanks.
I think you are like. It sounds like you are what they describe you to be. Like nothing's behind.
I like
closed doors.
that. I like that. No surprises.
Yeah.
Yet. Who knows?
I think one thing about your background that a lot of our listeners can relate to is that your parents are immigrants from Vietnam, and you know you shared in other interviews that you're very proud of your culture. I think a lot of us are really proud to be Asian American. Do you feel pressure as like the first Asian American like Bachelorette, and like how are you managing this weight?
When I was first announced, I think I did feel a lot of pressure, but really it was internal pressure from me and just wanting to make everybody happy because my entire life I'd grown up kind of in the middle of Vietnamese and American culture and not really knowing where I fit into that. And so I knew that coming into this position, it was going to be hard to almost like get approval from both sides, you know, because you just want to you want to fit in and you want to please people, but at the end of the day I really had to tell myself to just be myself, and no matter how that comes across, like that's me and that's genuine. I'm not doing it for anybody and really just doing it for myself. And so I just hope that people are going to relate to certain parts of my story. You're not going to relate to everything, right? But that's okay. It just didn't feel right to be disingenuous in any way and try to please other people, and so I just stayed authentic to myself.
I think it's like the best thing you could do, especially like you're like capturing your love journey like on camera.
So
that's
personal.
already so like so much. And then the fact that like you're representing this like whole like demo is like another thing. But I will say like by staying true to who you are, I feel like that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
And like I think even from like watching the first episode, just seeing like the Vietnamese food on the table.
I know.
And I was like, feels like I feel I'm at a family function.
Yeah.
And it feels familiar. And I think these are little like small, powerful ways that I feel like our community feels seen and heard. And I think that's amazing.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. I don't really think it hit me until I was watching it back, and I was like, this is the first time I'm seeing Vietnamese food on TV. I'm seeing Vietnamese language being spoken.
Oh, your mom.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You know, I think, and I got so many messages of people relating to that and being so happy and proud of that. It just really hit me that this is kind of the first time we've been able to see this.
Yes.
And I would have done anything as a kid to have seen something like this on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been watching like the first this franchise since I was 12, like the first season of The Bachelor.
Wow.
And I think we were just having a comment before this, but I was like, it really hit me. I was like, you are the first like representation of someone I've like me.
Yeah.
And to see like get the food and like your mom, I'm just like it's just like kind of crazy. Like, wow, you've been a fan of this show for like, you know, like what, 20 years? I don't know. And just finally see it happen is really significant.
It is very monumental.
Yeah. To finally kind of feel like validated and see a part of you on like being normalized. Like, I think that's so important.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been so personal in sharing like your family on camera and everything. And you've also been really vulnerable in sharing that your relationship with your dad growing up was a bit rocky. How do you think that like that relationship has impacted what you're looking for in a partner?
Oh, it definitely has impacted it so much, and probably a more negative way than positive, you know. In the past, at least, I definitely went towards men who weren't giving me everything. And I think that's because I had such a complicated relationship with my dad. Like, we just didn't really have the normal father-daughter relationship. And so I think I've always kind of been missing that male figure role model, or like that, getting that love and affection from a male figure, right? So at any chance, if a guy was giving me even just a little bit, tiniest bit of affection, I would just take it and run instead of kind of having patience and really looking at what this partner could provide for me. So it definitely affected me, but being able to kind of be aware of that and knowing that I don't have to just settle for like a little speckle of love, and then I can and do deserve all of it. It really kind of helped me turn a new page.
What are some like tangible ways that you're looking for your partner to be there for you now?
I would say I'm looking for a partner to be emotionally vulnerable with me and be willing to have those conversations with me, those harder ones. You know, it's not all just about the easy breezy everyday life stuff. It's like that those vulnerable moments that make you who you are. I want to have a partner be able to be there for me in those moments. I think for me, oftentimes I haven't had people initiate effort. Like, I've always kind of been the one initiating effort. So for a partner to be there for me, it also means like initiating certain things, you know.
Is it like planning dates?
Whatever it is.
How has being on The Bachelorette shifted your relationship with your family, if at all, and also your friends?
Yes. Funny enough, before The Bachelor, I really didn't talk about the way I grew up, and with, you know, my mom and my dad, and my dad not really being a part of my life. I never really talked about it with my friends. So when they saw that the first time around, they were like, wow, we love this side of you. We love seeing this. Like, we feel so much closer to you now. And then even with my family, you know, we don't talk about that kind of stuff openly. We just don't do that. And so for them to kind of be able to see me talk about it, you know, my brother and I talked about it for the first time, you know, what our relationship with our dads was like and how different that was. So that was a really great conversation to be able to have with him, because now I feel a lot closer to him too. And then also with my mom, you know, we were able to more openly talk about our family situation. And I think she really saw me come into my own on The Bachelor, and now she'll see me come into my own even more on The Bachelorette. And I think that'll just bring us even closer too.
I can only imagine, because I feel like, Jen, obviously you said you're really bubbly, you're like just kind of the life of the party, like that's what I'm getting. But I can see if your friends were to watch the show, I'm like, I didn't know there's like this like kind of like vulnerable side to you that you're not sharing, but you just like, it's like adds another dynamic to who you are.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. I think some people, like, if you only show one side of yourself, and they kind of put you in a box, and they're like, no way you can be vulnerable and have all these other things that happen to you too. Like, we can. We're all very diverse, and we all have layers to us. You know?
For sure. I have to switch gears.
Do it.
Because I need to talk about your experience on The Bachelor, because I think I mentioned to you on the side, but I did watch last season, and you were a media favorite for me.
Thank
so
you.
Rooting for you the whole time. Let's talk about the selection process. Okay. Like, what was the submission process like? Did you submit yourself, or did a friend, like, you know, secretly submit you? Asking because we submitted her, and I.
Oh my god!
I know, we submitted her.
Really? Let's get you on the next one.
I know, right? And then no one submitted me, so I submitted myself. No, literally, I was like, I think I was at work. I was like, so, you know, is anyone? Nothing. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna F it. I'm gonna do it myself. So,
okay, so I'm submitting both of you for this next season.
You could do it.
Unless you already have a boo.
I'm in a serious relationship. Why am I saying that so sad?
So sorry for you.
I know. He's great, but I'm just, I'm just saying. But yeah, did you submit yourself? I mean, why not?
So funny enough, I got an Instagram DM.
Wow, you got scouted.
From a casting producer, and I didn't know this, but she had DM'd me when I got the Bachelorette position, and she was like, I actually found you through your PA school TikTok. Yeah, so it was through my PA school TikTok that I was just found, and here I am today, which is kind of crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
They knew.
Yeah.
Maybe the secret is to not submit yourself.
Let yourself be scouted.
Wow. Okay. Did not know
Yeah.
that.
Well, when you were on The Bachelor, it was the record-breaking season of the most women, right? So it's like 32 women
Yeah.
total. That's a lot of like competition.
A lot.
Yeah.
You just gotta be delusional about it.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, he loves me the most. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, what was your strategy in that setting? And did it shift throughout the show? Because it's also like you go into the situation and then once you get to know the women, like did things change? Like how was all of that?
Comparison is a thief of joy.
Oh, yeah.
And I stuck true to that throughout from the beginning to the end, because there were women in the house, kind of comparing conversations and whatnot. And I'm like, I cannot be doing that.
I know, right?
I'm like, my relationship is my relationship, and whoever you're talking to is not the same guy in my head.
Yeah.
So I was very much like, I don't want to hear about it. I don't need to know about it.
You didn't share anything either, huh?
No, I was really, really private about it all, and it helped me because what good is that going to do for you to compare, like, oh, he kissed her then and then he didn't kiss her then? I can't. I know. I would be like, no, yeah. So ignorance is bliss for me.
I think
That's
it's
a good tip.
I think it's
Yeah.
also hard because, like, obviously through the show, you're watching, like, you're becoming friends with these people,
Yeah.
and you're like, we're dating the same person.
Yeah.
Did it kind of like affect your friendships too?
For sure.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, you can't be as close, right?
course.
You can be close to the women, and I made so many good friends out of the season. But I think in the moment, it definitely is like, you don't want to share everything, and when you're not able to share everything with your friend, then you're not like exactly as close as you can be, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think that they made the friendships any less real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a unique experience, right?
It is.
Like,
It's kind of crazy when you really think
know.
about it.
But I can see why, like, watching the seasons and stuff, like, you can see how, like, why women get so insecure in these moments or, like, be extra emotional. It's because, like, dude, this isn't, you're, like, dating the same guy. You're friends with these girls. Like, you're trying to figure out what you can withhold, what can you not. And you're, like, you're going to, like, be a little, like, I'm going to lose my mind a bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's so unnatural. Like nobody gives you a handbook on how to navigate dating the same guy.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of when you kind of show your true colors and how you handle a situation like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't think I handle it well. Maybe it's good I'm not on the show. Okay, Jen, there's a bunch of random things, kind of like the insider scoop we want to ask you as, you know all the stuff, and as fans of the show who are watching. So feel free to share. But when you're on The Bachelor, do you have to do your own hair and makeup?
On the Bachelor side, like as a contestant.
Yes.
As a contestant, yes. We all
did
did
amazing.
our own hair and makeup. It was literally like 20 girls, one bathroom, two mirrors.
Two mirrors.
It's crazy. It's
like college.
crazy. Yeah, it's a little bit like living in a sorority house. Essentially.
Yeah.
People were doing their makeup on the floor, in the bathtub.
Oh my
my
gosh.
gosh.
But as a Bachelorette,
Yes.
you don't have to.
No, I had my own makeup person this whole time, and then my hair, I did my own hair for most of it, yeah.
Wow.
Except for night one. I had a
I was like,
hairstylist.
the volume, I was like, that's insane.
Oh, I couldn't have done that. No.
Let me watch out. And then how much luggage are you allowed to bring as a contestant? Because you guys wear so many gowns.
You can bring as many as you'd like, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, so I brought 3 with me the first time around. But most girls brought 2, so I was a hassle in the house. I brought 3.
You're prepared.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
But do you bring all your gowns?
I did, yeah.
Sorry.
Funny, I've never said this before, but the amount of gowns that I bought for Joey's season was the exact amount of gowns that I needed. So my last gown was my last gown.
Wait, so you have to like kind of predict how far you're gonna get along. Like, week 7.
Apparently, I
7
predicted myself perfectly.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And also, a weird thing was I was journaling throughout the whole season, and the day that I was going home, I was on my last page on my journal. So I was just like freaked out. It was really freaky. Yeah.
Whoa. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
Hey, what about your nails?
My nails.
Yeah. Helen wants to ask because she's like, your nails are gonna grow. Like, do you do your own nails? Like,
You can. So on Joey's season, I did my own nails. I am a queen of press-ons. So I brought a bunch and I just did my own. And yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what, like, you can't sneak out to get your nails done or something?
Well, when you're traveling and stuff,
Oh,
you
that's true.
do have some time. You can go if you want
Oh,
to. Yeah.
okay. Do you have phone access as a contestant? Or
Absolutely not. Or as the lead either.
That's
Or
smart.
it's just no phones at all.
You're all living in the same world, which is why I think it can work.
It's better to not have phone access.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
I loved not having my phone. It was the best
Oh,
best
yeah.
time of my life. Really.
How do you choose your roommate when you're a contestant on the show? Do you walk in and you're like, oh, this bunk looks great?
No, it's kind of a free for all essentially. It's not really well, it's not like it's chosen, but it's mixed up every now and then. Yeah.
Oh, so you guys don't have the same room the whole time?
Well, when you're living in the mansion, it's kind of like assigned to you.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
We know y'all have some alcohol access, so you're like, doing the champagne cheers and stuff. But what are their meals like in the house? Like, are you guys cooking?
Oh,
like,
we're cooking.
you guys-
I was the cook of the season on Joey's season.
Are you allowed to like get delivery food? Like,
No, it was mainly groceries, and then you would cook in the
okay.
mansion. And that one night, I made a whole big thing of
what'd
like
you make?
fried rice. So they had like a little hibachi
Oh,
grill
nice.
almost. So I was doing that. I made a spring roll class for everybody, and
Oh,
everybody
that's
made
so
their own
nice.
spring rolls, which was really fun. Yeah, we would do like big family meals unless like you wanted something specific, you kind of cook for yourself.
Oh.
And then there were nights where I just had pizza rolls. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Whoa. This is fun.
yeah, it's fun. It's like you're living with your best friends.
Yeah.
and you're dating the same guy.
Which sometimes maybe kind of like college, but you just don't know.
True. Oh,
There's like little Scandi stuff going on.
that's so true.
Now we're going to wrap it up with a speed round of questions.
Oh, okay.
First one, what is your alcohol of choice?
Tequila, always.
Oh, okay, we'll be friends. If you were to have a bachelorette party, where would you have it?
If I were to have a bachelorette party, I think that I would want to do some kind of like a remote island situation and just like have my closest friends there and do like dress up and have a pool day or something like that.
That sounds
Yeah.
nice.
What is your favorite Vietnamese dish?
It's banh hoi, which is a kind of like a noodle pancake-ish situation, and then you can add your choice of protein. Usually it's like, for me, shrimp or some type of like grilled beef, and then a lot of fish sauce.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
fish
it's
sauce.
like a noodly dish.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds really good.
It's really good.
Did you find your person on the show?
Well, I cannot say that or tell you that, but all I can say is that I was happy with the outcome of everything. Yeah.
Okay, so you got to watch.
I'm like looking
We're, like, trying
for
to look for
signs on your face.
And where can everyone catch you on the new season of The Bachelorette? And if they want to follow you along
Yes.
on your socials?
Yeah, I mean, you can watch it on Monday nights on ABC at 8 p.m. or on Hulu the next day. And then my socials are usually Jenn Tran X on TikTok and on Instagram.
Thank you so much. We all look forward to tuning in. And with that, we'll catch you all on the next episode. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching that episode with the Bachelorette, Jenn Tran.
Yeah.
We do have a shout out for one of our ABG besties, Trisha Nguyen. Thank you so much for supporting us and being a bestie. We love you so much. And again, thank you so much for the support. Thanks, Trisha.
Thanks, Trisha.